Scouty's having a relapse from his pigeon virus. That's what he was dealing with when I found him about 6 years ago in April. I believe it was April of 2020. It's not as bad as the original, but the virus does scar the kidneys and the liver, and that affects the metabolism. So we're getting him a few liquid vitamins and minerals to up his dosage of the nutrients that he requires. He needs a little more nutrients than most pigeons because he doesn't absorb nutrients as well. And that's the some of the after effects of the pigeon virus for pigeons. Not all of them are affected the same way, but if their kidneys are affected, then usually what happens is they'll have watery stool, and watery stool means that they're excreting a lot more electrolytes and also vitamins and minerals that they may be getting in their food, but because of the amount of fluids that they're excreting, they're absorbing less. In other words, they're excreting large amounts of fluids, but they're absorbing less minerals because of that. So he always needs some sort of an extra, either electrolytes or liquid minerals and vitamins, and that'll help him, get better. If they don't receive constant care, they don't live long lives. If he'd remained out in the wild, if nobody had ever found him, he would have died for sure in a couple of days. And if I released him, most of the time he looks pretty healthy, but most people don't realize that he is a bird with a condition that he wouldn't be able to live outdoors. If I released him, he'd be just like when I found him. He'd be dead in a couple of days, primarily because of the dehydration. The amount of water that he excretes causes extreme dehydration if he doesn't constantly get water. He drinks a lot of water. So this torticollis, or the twisty neck that you see, that's also a remainder of the pigeon virus, because I think I mentioned that it affects the nervous system, and when they have the condition, the disease, when it's active, the neck gets twisted. I mean, it's basically like a spasm. The neck stays twisted for 6 to 12 weeks. Really depends on how bad they have it. But this guy was 12 weeks, and this is the first time that I've seen it happening again. And so, of course, I started looking into some of the treatment that might be available. Obviously, there is no real treatment other than nutrition and supplements, and making sure that they get care and that they're in a warm environment. So, I'm doing the best I can for him. And I think he'll be okay. It's Scouty. One of the things that this causes, the twisty neck, what that causes is that it disorients their sense of direction. So if their neck isn't twisted and they decide to take a flight and suddenly it gets twisted again, they'll flip upside down and crash into the ground or something else that's happened to be close by. That's why it's being in a carpeted apartment is pretty much about as ideal as it can be, because almost everything except for the windows, is going to be not as hard as something that'd be hitting outside if you were stuck outside, So, you have a nice day today, though. Lots of sun. And I guess we're, kind of at the beach. I mean, not at the water, but it's so cold today, 57 degrees right now, that nobody's really going to go to the water. The nice part about being right is that this wall reflects a lot of the heat of the sun, and so I can wear a t-shirt out here. And he's not really that cold because it's got his feathers, and we have double the radiation from the sun. It's actually very warm where we're at. Well, thanks for putting on my shirt, big boy. You're okay. It's okay. But that's the news here. Take care, everyone.